Alright, so here we go. Practice assignment 8, part 3, number 2. Getting a little more complex with these using substitution. And so number 2 is a big word problem, and they give you the equations to represent the word problem. They'll do that sometimes. So the very first thing we have to do is we need to get one of these variables by themselves in an equation. And you get to pick which one, and the easiest one to do that with is probably this bottom one right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work this out. N plus D equals 566, and get a variable by itself. And it doesn't matter which one you get by itself. You just need a variable by itself. So I'm going to subtract D from both sides, and I'm left with N equals negative D plus 566. Alright, so now I've got this equation and I've got this equation. Those are my two equations I'm working with. And I know N equals all of this stuff. That's what N equals. So what I can do is I can put all of this stuff, sub it in for N. And whenever I do that, my equation is going to look like this. And I'm going to do it in a different color. So we've got 0.05 parentheses, and then inside parentheses I'm going to put what N equals. We've got negative D plus 566. I'm going to close the parentheses, plus 0.10 D equals $43.80, or 43.8. And so now whenever I'm solving this, I'm going to use first distributive property. This is what you learned in 7th grade. 0.5 times a negative D is going to be, I'm sorry, it's 0.05 times negative D is negative 0.05 D, and then 0.05 times 566. If you're not sure what that is, you can come to the side and work that out. So we've got 566 times 0.05. 5 times 6 is 30, carry your 3. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 3 is 33, carry your 3. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is 28. And I have two decimal places. So we have 28.30. So plus 28.30 plus 0.10 D equals 43.8. And let's see, I can combine like terms. I have a negative 0.05 plus a 0.10 D, and whenever I combine those, I'm going to end up with 0.05 D, and then I'm going to write the rest of my equation, equals $43.80. And I'm going to subtract 28.3 from this side and subtract 28.3 on that side to keep it balanced. And 8 minus 3 is 5. Bring down your decimal. I got to borrow from that 4, makes it a 3, makes that a 13. 13 minus 8 is going to be 5. And 3 minus 2 is 1. And then don't forget, I've still got my 0.05 D right here. I'm going to divide both sides by 0.05 so that I can get the variable by itself. 0.05. So now I've got to do another division problem. Here we go. Let's see. We got 15.5 divided by 0.05. And the way this works is you have to think back, I want to say 5th or 6th grade. You've got to move this decimal 2 places over, and move this decimal 2 places over, and then straight up. So my decimal place is going to be there, and I'm going to fill that blank spot in with a 0. So now 5 will go into 15 3 times. Bring down my 5. 5 will go into 5 1 time. Bring down my 0. 5 will go into 0 0 times. So the number of dimes that we have is 310. So now that we know that dimes is 310, you're like, well, how are we going to find out how many nickels there were? Well, all you do is you just take your dimes, which is 310, and you sub it in for D, and you solve to see what N is going to be. So now this equation looks like this, and I'll color code it. N equals a negative, I'm going to do parentheses, plus 566, and in the parentheses I'm going to put 310, so you can see what that looks like. Alright, so a negative 1 times 310 is going to be a negative 310 and a positive 566. So negative 310 and a positive 566. You learned back in 7th grade that when your signs are different and you're combining, that means to subtract. So let me go ahead and do that subtraction problem. 566 minus 310. 6 minus 0 is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. So that is 256. And it is positive because I have more positives. So here are my solutions, or here's my solution. The number of dimes is 310, and the number of nickels is 256.